Hi guys, I'm going to give you a quick little tutorial on a great free design software that you guys can use on your Chromebooks called Gravit Designer. This is really going to help you out when you're going to be designing logos or anything for personal branding. This would be a great way to start. So I encourage you to look at Gravit Designer. It's GRAVIT.io. So if some of you are familiar with the I/O programs, you can use it on your Chromebook. You could probably even use it on your phone. But let's get you started on some of the basics of how we use this. So first off, here's the template page. So when you go into the program and you log in, you can go File, New, and it's going to show you this page. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get acquainted with how this works. So obviously there's a bunch of different templates and tutorials that you can use here. I encourage you to look at all the tutorials that people have included right here and the blogs and the discussions. If you have any other questions or something that I'm not around for, any other teachers can't help for, I encourage you guys to really do that research and look for those things. So let's get right into it. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to make a simple print. So we're going to go right here to print, and we're going to select US portrait letter. All right. So if you do landscape, whatever size, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you have enough space to try this. So we're going to make ourselves a little happy face. So the first thing we're going to do, getting acquainted with the setup here, is we're going to see we have layers, libraries, it's a bunch of different illustrations, icons, and things you can come find, stickers, that'll be cool, and different symbols. So this is starting to look a little bit like Illustrator, and a lot of the keys are the same. I'm going to be teaching you hotkeys as well. So if you look at my screen down here, boom, I hit the command button. This little thing is going to show up right here. It's going to show you when I've done commands, shifts, whatever. And so I want you to get used to that. That's called the hotkeys. So you've worked with me before. If you have worked with me before, then you understand I'm pretty big into those hotkeys. So let's try to figure out how to make an ellipse. So first off, we go up to our toolbar up here. And we see create ellipse. What else can I create? Well, I can do lines, rectangles, ellipses, polygons, triangles, stars. If you have any more questions about how these work, stars are a little tricky, and so are triangles and polygons. They're a little different than just the automatic ones. You have to do some selecting on your own. But if you want to learn more, I encourage you to click down here. Click down here and read these tutorials that people put down. It's really going to be helpful if you have any questions, and it beats spending an hour trying to figure out something that doesn't make any sense. For now, let's make an ellipse right here. So we're just going to go somewhere in the middle of our page. I hold down Shift when I make my circle, and it goes to the side, right? But if I hold down Shift Alt, or Option for me because I'm on a Mac, then it stays right in the middle, and the circle blows up based on how far I am from the midpoint where I originally set it. Done. Let's make it about that size. So it's gray. It's going to be a happy face. We want it to be happy. So let's go down over here to our fills list, and we see this little gray circle, which looks oddly the same color as this one. How about that? So we're going to click on that, and then we come up with some color swatches here. If you want to do the individual type-ins because you're super fancy, you can do that. If you want to be like me and just click one, let's make him yellow. There we go. This is great, but he's going to need a black border. So let's add a border here with this little button, and then boom, all of a sudden the border is there. Let's make it really big. We're going to make them really cartoony. So we'll make it a 30-point border. Just click 30, and I hit enter. There we go. And that's maybe a little big. Why don't we go... Let's make him 20. All right, fine. So there we go. We got our circle. If you're clicked on it, and for some reason you can't click off it, you can go Command Shift A, Command Shift A, and that'll unselect everything. If you want to select everything, just go ahead and click Command and then A. Boom, selects everything. So now we got to put a little face on. So here's my favorite part. When I was just starting out in college, I didn't like the pen tool because it was really hard to use and it was scary. But I got older. Once I figured it out, it is a super helpful tool for you. So let's make a little face on him. I'm just going to click here, give him a little beginning of a smile, and then you see it's trying to make a curve for me. I don't want that curve. That's a silly curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and click on that last point. Boom. And now it lets me make whatever kind of curve I want. So I'm just going to make him a big smiley face. I'm going to go back to my original point, click, and I'm going to drag up until I see a face that I like. All right, I like that one. Cool. Okay, so I want to change the border to be a little bit like the size of that border. So I'm going to make it 12. Here we go. That's pretty cool. Whoops. I accidentally clicked on a point. I'll do Command Z and I'll undo that point. And I'll do Command Shift A and I'll unselect everything. So let's make some eyes for him. I'm just going to give him some cute little super happy eyes. He's just happy to be here. Happy to be back in school. All right. Neat. So there's his eye. But again, I want the border look the same. Otherwise, it'll be funky. There we go. All right. Well, he's only got one eye. And that's okay. But I think I want him, whoops, to have two eyes. So we'll go back and we'll look until we see this little red line pop up. That means we can select this guy. Cool. So let's make another one, but without having to make a whole different eye. We'll just copy and paste it. So we'll hit our Command key again. Command C, and that copies. Command V, and that pastes. So on this program, it pastes right over the top of the last one. So there we go. We'll make it look a little better. Ta-da! But for some reason, it doesn't look the same because it's the same one, just moved over, but it's the other side of his face. So we got to mirror that. So let's go to Modify, and we'll go Transform. We'll go Flip Horizontal. Boom. And I'm just hitting my arrow key, as you can see there, and I'm going to do a little rotation, and ta-da! There's our little happy face. So if we want to make this a sticker, we wanted to put this into something else, we might want to group this all together first. So we can go Control A. That selects everything we have here. Or we can just click and drag over everything. And then we'll go Control G. And that's going to group it. So now, when we pull it, it all goes together. So there's a quick little intro for you on Gravit Designer. And that's how to get started with basic pen tool, color selection, and modifying your shapes. So you'll be hearing more from me soon. Good luck.